So in this video I want to look at what it means to have a force play or a force out. So we'll write that out here. A force play. Sometimes you would hear it called a force out. So you'll remember that when the batter hits the ball, so we'll say that the batter's in here and he hits the ball out here out to the second baseman. What he's going to try to do, the batter will try to beat the second baseman's throw to first base. And this is kind of an automatic force out, because what it means is that rather than actually touching the batter with the ball, the fielders have the option. You would have the first baseman over here. The fielders have the option to just touch, to get the ball and then touch the base, and that basically means that it is a force out when you can touch the base instead of the batter. And so we'll look at how that can happen at the other bases. So let's say that we start out, we had the first batter to come up had a single, so he's standing on first base, and now the next guy in the lineup, his teammate, came up to bat. So once this guy's in the batter's box, the pitcher's gonna throw the ball, and he'll hit it out here right to the shortstop. So what the shortstop could do, quite a few things are going to happen at the same time. So one, this guy's going to the batter will take off running towards first base. The second thing that's going to happen is that this base runner already on first base will start running towards second base, and this fielder, the shortstop, he'll pick up the ball. And so he has a choice here. Obviously he can do the same thing, as the second baseman did earlier, and that's throw the ball to the first baseman and try to get the batter out at first. But what he can also do is, because this runner here on first base is kind of being pushed off the base, so we say that the batter is forcing him off first base, so this base runner has to go to second. He can't stand on first because you can't have two guys on the same base. So this base runner, he'll start running towards second base, and so now the shortstop has the option, and what he can either throw it to first base and get the batter out, or, because this base runner is forced, what the second baseman, as soon as the ball is hit, he'll run over and he'll stand on second base, and that will allow the shortstop to just throw the ball to the second baseman. And because it's a force play, because this runner is forced to go to second base, he's going to be out as soon as the second baseman touches the ball, or catches the ball, and he touches second base. And if he wanted to, if the ball is hit close enough, so if the ball takes a route over here, is right near the base, the shortstop, he can actually pick up the ball and just step on second base himself, and that would also be acceptable. So then the base runner would be out, and so it all depends how fast the first baseman is. What they might try to do is, because it's still a force play at first, so if the ball is hit hard enough, what might actually happen is that as soon as the batter hits the ball to the shortstop, the second baseman, he'll come running over just like he did, and the shortstop's going to flip him the ball, and he's going to step on second, and then the second baseman, he will turn, because the first baseman, he will have run to first base, and the second baseman will then, he'll receive the ball from the shortstop, and he's going to throw it to the first baseman. And if the first baseman can catch it before the batter gets to first base, then they'll have accomplished what is called a double play. So because they were able to get the force out at second base and then throw the ball and get the force out at first base, they've actually gotten 2 outs on this play. And so you remember there's 3 outs in an inning, and they would have gotten 2 just on this single play. So you remember how we said that the fielder here, or not the fielder, the runner, the base runner, because he's on first base and the batter is forcing him to move to second, so he's forced to go this way. This can also happen. It can also happen with 2 runners. So, say we have a runner on second base and a runner on first base, and then if the batter gets up, and hits the ball, then both of these base runners are forced. So this runner on second base, he'll be forced to run to third base, and this runner again, he'll be forced to run to second base. And so what that'll do is bring a force play, or a possibility of a force out at third base. So if the batter hits the ball to the shortstop, generally they'll go for that double play that we just described, where he'll throw it to the second baseman and then on to the first baseman. But if he wanted to, the shortstop could pick up the ball and he could throw it over here to the third baseman. And really and then in that case, because it's a force play, all the third baseman has to do is catch the ball, step on third base before this base runner gets there, and then that will be an out. Or, and at all times, if there's a base runner and the base runner is not on the base, an infielder can just pick up the ball and touch him, and then that's also counts for an out. So if there's a ground ball, if this ground ball is hit to the shortstop and this base runner is running toward third base and the ball gets there about the same time, if the shortstop can pick it up and tag the runner out, that's what we would call it. We just say he would tag the runner out. So that just means he picks up the ball, a fielder picks up the ball and touches a base runner, and that means that he's out.